Hello everyone, this is A32 back here with another How to Play. Today we're going to how to play this little card game called Pacific Ocean by timashov Publishing. I think it's their first game, I could be wrong. It comes in a little metal tin, and it's designed by Yuri Yamschikov and Oleg Melison. Hopefully I'm not butchering that too much. Plays 1 to 3 players in 10 minutes, and it's about for ages 8 and up. It was a Kickstarter game. It's a little set collection game with a I cut, you choose mechanic, which is basically when it's your turn, you're going to select 2 cards, one face down, one face up. You put them on the table, your opponent selects one, you get the other. You get the rules, you get 2 sanctuary cards. Each player is going to get one of these. They're double-sided to start. And they have different symbols on there, which I will explain, obviously. This green symbol indicates that it's a big size. This blue symbol indicates that it's grace or graceful. And this other one, the red one, represents that it's dangerous. It's dangerous and graceful. Interesting. So each player is going to get one of these, and you're going to select which side you want to use. Then you have 16 aquatic animals, different animals. They have different symbols on them and different scoring mechanisms on the bottom. And you're going to be using a scoring mechanism or a symbol for each card that you select. There's also a promo pack which adds some more cards, adds your scoring conditions. And there's also an expansion in here for tropical fish, which I won't get into at this point. And there's also these cards that have characters on them that are used for solo mode as like opponents, which is kind of interesting. But again, that's for another day. The game is pretty simple. Each person's going to get one of these cards, and you will select the side to use. So maybe I take the dolphin, and maybe this guy's going to be the Nautilus. You can shuffle up the rest of the cards, or there's more of those character cards I'm looking for. So you got the 16 cards. Again, they all have different scoring mechanisms on the bottom, which I'll explain. You're going to shuffle these up. I will say that the cards do have a nice linen finish, nice quality. That's very nice. And you're going to be dealing out 3 cards to each player. Actually, you're going to be removing 2 cards out of the game without looking at them. And each player is going to get dealt 3, and the rest are going to form a draw pile. On your turn, you're going to look at what you have, and you're going to play 1 card face down and 1 card face up. Your opponent will then select one of those to take, and you get the other one. So maybe he decides to take this one, and that means I will get this one. What you're going to do is you're going to tuck this underneath your sanctuary card. What you're doing here is building a little aquarium, a sanctuary for all these fish, and try to score the most points. So what you can do is you can tuck this underneath the top to get the symbols, or on the bottom to get these points. And this is going to be 1 point for each of these symbols. And he's got one of the symbols. So maybe he decides to tuck this underneath like that. On the other hand, I got the shark. It's going to be 2 points for every set of these, or 2 of these symbols. You know, I'm going to tuck it underneath. If I want, I can tuck it underneath like this to get the scoring condition, or like this to get the symbols. So I'm going to go for the symbols. Then I'm going to draw back up to 3, and my opponent is going to do the same thing. They're going to select 2 cards, play 1 face down, 1 face up. I'm going to select one of those. Maybe I take the face down one, and it is a sea star. And for every set of these, I'm going to get 3 points. I'm going to go for that because I already got some of those symbols. I would just need to get some of the blue ones. Then my opponent's going to take this, and they decide, you know, maybe they want to do the scoring condition as well. And they draw back up, and then I'm going to go. I'm going to select 2 cards. I'm going to play this manta ray. face down, and I'm going to see if my opponent wants that. They say, yeah, I'll take that, because they want the symbols, so they're going to slide that underneath the top for the symbols, and then I'm going to take this one, and I also want the symbols, because I'm looking for sets of each of those. If my opponent was smart, he would have said, you know what, maybe that is one that's going to have those symbols, so he can get those sets. So maybe I'll take the face down card. You got to keep that in mind when you're drafting the cards, when you're selecting which card you're going to take. Which one does he really want me to take the face up one? Is he dangling that in front of me? Go, ooh, look what that one is. Or is he trying to trick me into not taking the face down one, you know? So then I'm going to draw back up. My opponent's going to do the same thing. Select 2 cards. I decide to take the octopus and put there for symbols. That's giving me 3 points. And he's going to take this one, which is, I'll explain again some more at the end what this is. Whoever has the most of these, if you have more of these than your opponent, you're going to get 4 points. So he's, at the same time, what else does he have left? At the same time, he's trying to get red and blue sets, so maybe he's going to do that. Then he draws the last 2 cards, and you're going to do one more round, or 2, I think it is. You're going to do until there's 7 cards in your sanctuaries. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 2 more cards. I'm going to select 2. These aren't going to, well, let me see here. Yeah, I'll put this one face down and this one face up. My opponent says, if you have the most of the big fists, you're going to get those points. And then the other one, who knows what it is, they decide to take that one because it gives them symbols that they want. The narwhal, I'm going to take this one. And I want, this one is going to be 3 points for every pair of red and green, but it's -2 for every blue one. So I'm going to put this under here to try and get that for sets. Every game is going to be a little bit different depending what you collect. So then I don't draw anything else up. My opponent is going to do the same thing. I'm going to select 2 cards, one face up, one face down. I don't want that one. I'm going to take this one. And this one, -2 for the green ones. I'm going to put it here for symbols. That works for me. And he is going to do the same thing. Well, like these last ones are out of the game. And then you're going to score the points. So I've got one scoring condition. That is every set of 3 symbols is going to give me 3 points. So I've got 1, 2, 3 points. Sorry, 9 points. 3, 6, 9. Which is fine. My opponent has, he's going to get 1 point for every red one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 2 points for every pair of red and blue. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So they win. So that's how the game plays. I apologize if you can't see my opponent's hand too well. Couple little scoring things I should mention. Yeah, we kind of covered some. It's pretty self-explanatory. Every set of 3 is 3 points. Every set of these is 2 points. You get the drift on those ones. Again, this one is going to be 3 points for a set of these, but -2 for each one of these symbols, and same with that. And then some of these, I think we looked at one of those, 1 point for every one of those symbols. And then these ones, it's if you have more than your opponent of this symbol, you're going to get 4 points. We didn't use those. And then there is this one, and one that got removed. That I should explain a little bit better. So the jellyfish right here, it's got this symbol, and what that means is for scoring purposes is you get to copy the scoring condition of any card in your opponent's sanctuary. So if my opponent had this and I had, you know, let's say he had this one, but let's say I had this one, but I didn't have the most red. He could use this to copy that, and since he has the most red, he would get the score to 4 points. So that's kind of how that one works. The octopus one here has a similar symbol with colors. And what that one means is you will gain 1 point for each card that has a visible icon in your sanctuary. So basically, you're going to get 1 point for every icon you've got that is visible. So it's kind of an interesting one, kind of like a wild card. The game also comes with expansion, as I mentioned. There's a solo mode variant, and there's an expansion for Tropical Fists, which has some additional cards, the bot cards for solo mode, and basically you're just going to add 3 or 6 of these fist cards to your animal deck and remove the equivalent amount of these. So it's just some different cards that are going to be similar. We'll worry about the solo mode at some point in time in the future when I do solo mode games. That is it for now. It's a nice little game, quick little game with nice artwork. And this one's the sea turtle one. It's 1 point, and it's 1 point for copying a symbol as well. So it's kind of cool. It's a nice little game, good quality component. I like it. Not so where you can buy it. It wasn't a Kickstarter. It might be available out this summer. That is Pacific Ocean. Cool little game. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.